I want to show you a trend that I've been noticing.
Every time I go shopping lately, I keep seeing more of these on the shelves.
Products that are developed, promoted, and sold by creators, like this one, or this one.
Now, I remember the days when YouTube was just a tiny corner of the internet where people posted what they wanted. But things have changed.
Because in the last year alone, Mr. Beast sold $250 million of chocolate, making him more money than any part of his $5 billion business. Whoa, let's rewind. This kid who started off making videos in his mom's house is now running a $1 billion brand competing against Hershey's? How? And this is just one product of many others like it. This kind of worries me, because I feel like YouTube has shifted forever from a fun creative platform to a competitive business empire. So with that said, I want to figure out why all these creators are suddenly launching products, why they're all over stores like Walmart and Target, and most importantly, what does the future of YouTube actually look like?
Let's talk about products. Okay. Let's start by going back to 2020. So it was the middle of the lockdowns and Mr. Beast posted a video. Now, in this video, he launched a fast food brand that ran through ghost kitchens all across North America. In one day, he launched 300 locations. Now, this brand was a massive hit, with thousands of people lining up in his local community and every single location running out of food within the first day. I remember when I first heard about Beastburger, I was super impressed because I'd never thought about creators launching a product, let alone an entire fast food brand. So over the next 2 years, Mr. Beast opened up another 1,400 locations. He launched a physical store in New Jersey that took over the entire mall, and other creators started following in his footsteps, launching products just like him. But I forgot to mention one small detail. In 2023, Mr. Beast abandoned Beastburger and sued the company behind it for breach of contract. There's a lot to unpack here.
Now, when I mention YouTube, you probably think of the videos like this one right here. Or if you're my parents, you probably think of dog rescue videos or something like that. But to understand why creators are launching these products, you need to understand how they actually make money. Okay, so we start off about 20 years ago. Back then, YouTube was very different, with people expressing themselves in fun videos and just enjoying the platform. It was great, but there just wasn't very much money to be made back then. I mean, internet videos were brand new, and because of that, no one really took them seriously. So you could post videos, you could reach people around the world, you could build up an audience. You just couldn't make money. At least, not yet. Because a few years in, YouTube launched a program called AdSense. And if you could get approved for this program, it was a game changer. Let me show you how it worked. Nothing really changed for you, but anytime you posted a video on YouTube, they would run ads before, during, and after the content. And half of all the money they made from running those ads would then get sent back to you, the creator. For the first time ever, YouTube creators could make money from their content. But then creators got to thinking, how else could they make money from their videos? So creators started selling merch clothes and promoting sponsored products. Basically, in the first 10 years, YouTube went from this random new platform to a place where creators were making life-changing money. But it didn't last long. All right, for years, these creators have been getting out of hand. And now, brands are pulling their ad dollars. We're losing money. We need a fix now. Honestly, I think the answer is pretty simple. If they break the rules, cut their ad revenue. And for guys like Logan, who seem to think that the rules don't apply to them, yeah, just kick them off the ad program. I like it. You're onto something.
Wait. The creators are gonna hate this. How am I supposed to justify this to them?
Listen, I get what you're saying, but the truth is, right now, we're bleeding money. Brands are backing out, and this is going to get bad. We have to do this. We have to do something big right now. Okay, I'll be the first to admit it, I'm not an actor, but That's pretty much what happened. Ad revenue was taking a hit because brands didn't want to be placed on videos from creators who were putting out insensitive content. So YouTube had to act fast. And through that, YouTubers lost out on a ton of ad revenue. If we look at David Dobrik, for an example, he lost out on millions of dollars per year. So this change was pretty devastating. But looking back, it was actually the most important step for YouTube's growth because it started something called the creator economy. In case you didn't know, this creator economy allowed YouTube creators to turn their audiences into full-on businesses. Well, let me try and map this out for you. Back at this stage, creators were pretty much only making money from AdSense. But in this current phase of YouTube, creators are making money from ads, sponsorships, affiliates, events, merch, and so much more. This shift, where creators can make money from a wide variety of places, it fundamentally shifted how YouTube works. But it also allowed creators to go full-time with their creativity way faster. I mean, there's creators who have tiny audiences who are making very, very nice livings, which ultimately leads us back to creator products. And when I found out how much creators were making from these products, oh boy, it's pretty nuts. Okay, so over the last 4 years, I've been working with all sizes of different YouTube creators to help them grow their channels and build businesses. And because of that, I've gotten a behind the scenes look at a lot of those businesses and how they actually work. So using that information and not sharing things I'm not allowed to share, I'm going to tell you how creators are making money right now. For most YouTubers, ads actually make up very little of their total income in a month. The vast majority comes from affiliates and sponsorships where creators promote products in their videos. And the last little bit gets filled in with all kinds of other stuff. But realistically, all of these income streams are very unpredictable. One month you get a ton of views and land a ton of brand deals, but the next, you've got nothing. And all of these income streams depend entirely on your channel getting consistent views, except for merch. This one's super predictable and reliable because your true fans, the ones who are actually gonna buy this merch, always show up video after video. So going deeper, doesn't it make sense to replace all of this income with your own product? Because for sponsors and affiliates, you're selling your audience on a brand anyways. But you also have to get the brands to pay for ad slots month after month after month and work with them to make sure they're happy and that they're reaching their goals. It's a lot of work. And in comparison, like we talked about earlier, Mr. Beast made $250 million from his chocolate brand last year. Nothing can replace that.
It's like harder and harder to find brand deals for us that keep up with the pace. Like the amount of money people are willing to pay has stalled, even though the views are skyrocketing. It makes more and more sense for me to just build companies that I own because, I know, if I promote something that it converts and it actually leads to real sales.
The truth is, with all of the other income streams, there's risk and uncertainty. But with a brand like Feastables, if you can get into stores and promote the product in your videos, you have a winning formula. People will always keep buying, even people outside of your audience. So with all of that benefit and the added fact that creators can jumpstart a company to the top, it's a no-brainer. And that's why they all keep doing it. But if I'm being honest, not all of these products are winners. We've been talking a lot about creator products and how great they are, but we haven't actually tried them. So I grabbed 3 creator products, Feastables, Prime, and Happy Dad, and I'm gonna see how they stack up to their competition. Okay, I'm gonna blindfold myself. Okay, so I got some help from my girlfriend to shuffle these around. Everybody comment, thank you, Alicia, for her service. That's ridiculous. All right, we're gonna start with Feastables versus Hershey's. I'm gonna try this one here first and see how it is. That's good. Okay, first one, wherever it is, I like that one. That's really good, hard to beat. Second one's also good. First one's sweeter, the second one's a bit creamier, but overall I think the first one wins. All right, so this is the one that I picked that I liked more. Moment of truth. That's the Hershey's one. Interesting. Okay, while I do that, I want to talk about the other side, about the products that get launched, but then end up failing. Like the one we looked at earlier, Beastburger. When he launched on day one, he opened up 400 locations using ghost kitchens across America. And they kept growing faster and faster to serve the massive audience that Mr. Beast has. But if you look at any other business, none of them ever have to grow this fast. Like, let's take a look at regular businesses like Hershey's or McDonald's. They took forever to grow. McDonald's didn't open a second location for over 13 years. And Hershey's didn't see any real success for their first 6 years. But Mr. Beast didn't get that luxury. He had to serve an audience of tens or hundreds of millions of people overnight. And because of that, quality issues were crazy and it ruined the brand's reputation.
Okay, we tested Feastables versus Hershey's. I was surprised by that result. So up next we have Prime versus Gatorade. It is so ridiculous to be talking to a camera even though I can't see it. So I'm gonna try this one here first. You can probably tell which one it is. Here we go. I actually can't tell which one that is. Okay, let's try the second one. Maybe I can compare the two. I can tell which one's which, honestly. Mostly because I've tried Prime before. And I know that it's ridiculously sweet, and this one was ridiculously sweet. Let me try this again. Ah, that's tough. This one, okay, I take it back. I do kind of like this one. I'm gonna go with this one. This one wins. And I already know what it is. It's the Prime. But just to double check, as expected, this is the Prime. So that's one for the creator products and one for the traditional brand.
Okay, but there are more examples of failed products too. Eric, another huge creator, launched a product called Pizzafy back in 2021. It was meant to be like a pizza sauce that is designed to spruce up food, I guess. But if you look around nowadays, it's pretty much non-existent because the product never really picked up and grew beyond Eric's audience. It's just an example of the product not really having the expected demand, which is pretty normal in business. But here's the truth. Even a minor failure isn't a full-on death sentence. Those creators I just mentioned had a failure, but then an immense success right after that. Mr. Beast launched Beastburger and it failed, but he launched a chocolate brand that, like we know, is a billion-dollar brand now. And even this brand wasn't an instant success. He had to rebrand and reformulate his chocolate to make it work. And Eric? Well, yeah, Pizzafy isn't some groundbreaking product, but he launched a creator course brand that sold to vidIQ for about $2.2 million. Yeah, these creator products are risky, but if you keep at it and you can figure out what your audience wants, as a creator, these products are a total game changer. They allow you to convert your audience into a brand that you never thought was possible to grow, to build something that lasts for generations. And that's kind of hard to pass up.
I've got a tiebreaker. Happy Dad versus Smeirnoff. All right, before I do this, I think it's worth mentioning that I have tried Feastables, I've tried Hershey's, I've tried Prime, I've had Gatorade, like all of these things I've tried before, but Happy Dad and Smeirnoff, specifically like the Smeirnoff seltzers that they have, the vodka sodas, I haven't tried either of those. So I don't know which one's which. I won't be able to tell them by taste. So as a tiebreaker, I think this is actually perfect. I'm gonna try this one here first. Kind of just tastes like vodka soda. Ooh, that one. Okay, one more. I would tend to assume that the Smeirnoff one's the sweeter one and that the Happy Dad's less sweet, but I don't know if that's true. I'm gonna go with this one as a tiebreaker. All right, yes, this is the Smeirnoff. So out of these three products, the creator products actually lost, but again, it doesn't mean that these creator products are necessarily bad. With how close this actually was, it shows how legit these brands actually are and how much of a true competition they are to these brands that have been around for forever. Try them out for yourself. Obviously, if you're over 21 for this one, but give them a shot and let me know what you think of the products down below if you do try them.
Okay, one more thing. I wanted to leave that there, but I kind of wanted to go off the cuff. Because I was thinking about creator products, and technically, Logan Paul a few years ago launched a creator product. It was a crypto project called CryptoZoo. This crypto project or product or whatever you want to call it was a flat out scam, and people lost millions of dollars. So there is somewhat of a risk to blindly buying creator products as a fan. Backing up a little bit, creators rely on something called a parasocial relationship. That's basically the relationship that you have with your favorite creators. It's one-sided, where you're a huge fan, but they hardly know you exist. And so with that parasocial relationship, we think we can trust our favorite creators and, support them in whatever way possible. But the truth is, not all creators have good intentions. And there is always a chance that your favorite creator is going to launch a scam, although it's rare. And as a fan, you have to be aware of that.
So with all of that being said, what does the future of YouTube actually look like? And more importantly, what do you need to know as a fan who's buying these products?
As someone who's in the YouTube space, I genuinely don't see these going anywhere anytime soon, because YouTube has fundamentally shifted. It's become a great place to gather people from one core group or audience, and selling that group a product, especially if it adds value, can be honestly great for the world and have a lot of benefit. Even with smaller creators, we've seen a ton of courses and communities popping up to help educate people, as well as products like the screwdriver from Linus Tech Tips that have genuine value for that audience. The truth is, the products that are going to last are the ones that add that value to their audiences. In the last few decades, we've seen small businesses, like the ones in your local communities, dying off. These creator businesses are like a new version of those small shops, often being run by just a few people, but with major scale because they have online audiences. And so these products are a great alternative to mass-produced items like the ones you get from Walmart and Amazon. But if you're a consumer and you're a fan of these products, you should keep in mind that your dollars have power. If you support products that add value and genuinely make a difference, creators will continue to build those. And also just keep in mind, you don't have to support a creator just because you watch them. This is an option that you have. There should be no guilt, because ultimately, the creators you watch don't know you. If you're a creator, keep in mind that trust is everything. If you launch a product for a quick hit of cash, and even worse, if you launch a product that isn't what you're selling, I guarantee you no amount of money is ever going to be able to buy back the trust that you lost. Long term, add value. It's going to benefit you so much. The truth is, we've never seen a shift like this before on YouTube. And what's really interesting is that the creators who are making ridiculous videos for small audiences now, maybe even in their childhood bedrooms, could be launching the next Coca-Cola or McDonald's in a few short years. YouTube has changed, or I guess it's changing. We still get to define what that last chapter is and where this platform is going. Okay, elephant in the room. I've been gone for about 3 months. I've actually started a business helping creators to grow their own YouTube channels, which is kind of fitting for this video. So anyways, I'm committed to posting more on here and getting videos out more regularly. But in the meantime, if you want to stay in touch, and more importantly, you want to learn how to grow your own YouTube channel, I started a newsletter where I'm going to be sending emails every Monday. And in there, I'm going to be giving you tips on how to grow your channel, how to build your packaging, how to develop your YouTube scripts, and really just grow. Start building your own YouTube empire, so to speak. The link for that's down below, and I would love to have you be a part of the newsletter, and I'd love to share as many lessons as I have with you. But in the meantime, be sure to like and subscribe, and if you want to keep watching more, check out this video I made here about why YouTube videos are all sponsored now.